Hello, everyone. Welcome to Body of Christ Real Talk. This is your host, Joseph Brownlee. Welcome to the show. Let me continue piggyback on the last podcast I left off on. Good morning, everyone. God bless you all. Peace and love. Now, I'm going to get right to this. I'm not going to beat around the bush because I don't want to take a long time. I only have time constraints, a few minutes to do this. Now, I left off on when you're looking for online business, and I went through all the rhetoric and different things like that, what you're looking for as a believer, as a Christian, to look out for it. And I also mentioned because the name Christian business is on there does not mean that it'll work for you, does not even mean that it's for you, and does not even mean that they are really, quote unquote, Christians or believers. But that's another story. Is that they just use a Christian name. Now, a lot of them are, but I'm just letting you know that because it has a label of Christian on it, does not mean that they are going to be following Christian principles of a business. See, what does a Christian business mean anyway? I'm kind of lost on that. What is a Christian business? I can guess what a Christian business is, but the way a lot of onliners use a Christian business, they might call it, the tape maker's business. Okay, what do that mean? Christian business doesn't mean that it's a biblical follow perspective or you get a business out of the Bible talking about certain businesses and different things like that. Or you might have got it out of the Old Testament. But if you got it out of the Old Testament, you are in error of calling it a Christian because the name Christian came down later on down the line. It was not in the Old Testament or anything. So those saints were not Christians. Remember, Christians is only used about a couple of times in the Bible. So the Old Testament saints were not Christians, okay? Old Testament saints were not Christians. So that's the thing you have to look at. So when it comes to Christian, you got to understand, what are you looking for? Is this for you, or you think it's going to be, you think God would be happy with you if you only try to find a Christian business? Now, some people believe that. Because you want to start a business, some people believe it got to be a Christian business and it got to have Christian principles and foundation. That is not true because a lot of believers, believe it or not, work for the world. They work for unsaved people. And they do very well. And then a lot of them are pretty good companies. So God is not looking for us to be in a Christian or some type of believer business. That's good. But the majority of believers work for an unsaved company, an unsaved owner. So get out of that stereotype that to start a business or to work for somebody, it must only be Christian. You'll be broke the rest of your life. I'm going to tell you that now. Okay, now let me digress. You see many people, now I'm talking about real people, not the fake ones just trying to fake it till they make it on YouTube, because there's many of them not making no 10,000, 20,000 a month. They're not. They're not. So why? If they're not. They wouldn't push so hard to just try to get your $20 or your $100 if they was making that much. I really don't believe they're making that much. They're trying to. I'm not saying it's a possibility that they can't, but I'm just saying the majority of them are faking it until they make it. That's the trend today. So don't believe a lot of the hype on YouTube and all that about all this money making. They talking about somebody else's testimony, just like a lot of churches do. They bring up someone else's testimony and not their own. They try to move you. God is moving this way because of somebody else's testimony. So it's just like that in YouTube somewhere, using somebody else's testimony to get paid. So that's what you got to look at. So when I'm presenting to you, I'm going to be honest up front, let you know what's going on. So what I am finding out, there's noise. What I am finding out, and I know this is one of the keys, even though they won't admit it. You know how people tell you, you got to do this, you got to market, you got to do this, you got to use the SEOs, you got to use the keywords to get on the front page of Google, you got to do this, you got to know how to optimize, you got to do your email. It's pretty simple. I give you the setup and everything like that. You say, man, this is overwhelming, man. I'm not the techie. How can I do all that, man? This person, this guy, this woman seem to be very successful. They break it down. They might have run it. They claim they made 5,000, 10,000. I'm saying claim because there's no proof. but give them the benefit of the doubt. They said they did. They made this. They said you need all this hookup, you need all this change up, you need all this to make it. And you said, man, I don't know nothing about that, man. I can't compete with them. I can't compete with them. How they're getting by doing all that? How these millionaires doing this? How they're being so successful like this? And I'm going to do this real fast. I know one of the keys, one of the biggest keys why when they tell you that we need to do all these things, a lot of that is true. You have to market, and brand. That's the key of making it, especially online. You have to market, and brand because there's billions and billions out there that's selling the same thing, using the same type of ads. You have to market and brand yourself. So whether they say it or not, it's saturated and there's going to be competition out there. You just have to fight with the competition, and you can't do that. What they don't tell you, what they seem to leave out is how they're able to be successful like that with this easy, you don't need that much money, free thing they're presenting to you until you pay them. What a lot of them are not telling you, listen closely, is how are they able to do all these things? Because all of them are not skilled. I don't care how good it look on YouTube. All of them are not skilled. So how are they able to do all these things and be successful? The big thing that they're not telling you is they are outsourcing. They are outsourcing. A lot of them are outsourcing. Not all, but majority of them are outsourcing. What do I mean by outsourcing? They are paying someone else to do it for them, the marketing thing. See, you remember all those things I named you must know how to do? Today, you don't have to know how to do that yourself. You can outsource someone to do it for you. Say, Joe, but I don't have no money. Don't you got to pay them? Yes, you got to come out your pockets. But there's different ways to do that. It depends on your budget. Any type of budget can outsource somebody to do from the start, to do something for them. That don't mean it's going to happen, you're going to grow wealth immediately, but we can outsource people to do it for us. And that will take the majority of the burden off of you, and you can just concentrate, maybe just answering the phone, or you can even outsource that, and you just go to sleep and do the main passion that you want to do, like myself. This is very key. All right? So, it don't matter what type of budget that you are, even if you got a set income or disabled, you can outsource someone to do your small online business marketing for you. Let them do all that email, SEO, all that bringing in traffic, breaking down and stuff like that. And also with the access of AI, you can do that now at a very reasonable price that's going to meet your budget to get your marketing off the ground, and you ain't got to do no marketing. No, I'm not talking about big money. It could be $25 all the way up to $1,000. It's just you can get a start with the availability of Fiverr and all these other freelancers out there that work with you. There's no excuse that you cannot compete out there in the competition. Even building up your ads and everything like that, or prettying up your website if you have one, or how to get your links out there, outsource someone to do it. There's a budget for everybody that can do that. Now, these are for the people I'm talking about that don't know how to do all that stuff. If you know how to do it, that's different. But still, if your business is growing, you still need somebody to do it and help you out on that. You're not going to be behind your computer by yourself all the time. Most of the people are not. They already got themselves outsourced. All they're doing is waiting for the checks, or they're just taking a few calls. That's what a lot of these people are becoming wealthy now, because of the big opportunity of outsourcing your business, the hard, tough, techie stuff to someone else to do, and pay them to do it. Give them a contract, say, I want to pay you such and such a month, 20, 50, 100 a week or something like that. Let them do it and let them run the marketing side while you do the part that you know how to do best. That makes sense? It should. That's what's going on. That's the big thing that a lot of people are making it now. They're outsourcing the majority of the hard work to someone else to do it. Because marketing, you can have one of the best websites or even products to sell and still don't make any income. Because What's the most important thing out there? You got to get out there. People got to see it. They got to see your ads. They got to see your website more than they see you. Now, that helps too when they see you, but I'm talking about the faceless things you can do without them seeing you. It's getting you out there. Yes, it's going to be competition, but there's always someone going to click on your link or on your website if you got the right marketers out there and campaigners out there that you ain't got to worry about no more. And this can work on any type of budget if you don't know how to do this stuff yourself in time. That's just a tip for today. I'm finding out now. Now, I'm saying this as a person that's finna do this now. Also, another thing is build a team. Have somebody that can crowdfund and everybody just invest together and buy ads. We put our money together. Even if you might have the website, you might want to invite somebody in, a couple of people. You don't want 100 and nothing like that. But a couple of people that you could spread out and you could just share the wealth that come off your website. They just pitch in and get the advertising and the marketing done and let the outsource. So see, is that you're not going to reach your financial wealth ceiling until you learn how to get someone to do the things that you can't do. You follow what I'm saying? The majority of successful people, without even telling you, do this. King Arthur, the king of the Knight of the Round Tables, King Arthur could not do the things he done without his knights at the round table. We need our knights at the round table, saved and unsaved people, to help us to build our brand and to build our wealth. Now, I never really thought about that then. I thought a lot of people was doing this on their set and they were so smart and they were so intelligent. No, they're not. They're finding intelligent people that doing those things that they can do. When I hire somebody, I know what I'm hiring for. I'm hiring for something that I cannot do. Oh, I don't want to bother with that. I don't have the patience with that techie stuff in marketing and running ads. I want you to take that part, and I want you to do that for me. Not sometimes, but all the time. I will do basic runs, but I want you to do that for me. I will give you a 2-week or monthly salary, depending on your budget, to just run that for me. That's how you grow your business with your Knight of the Round Table. Outsource the things that you can do if you can afford it. If you can't, you're going to struggle with online businesses unless you know how to do it yourself. But the fastest way is majority of the business that grows like that and say they're successful without joining a mentorship program, they call it hidden secrets, and I'm letting it out right there, they're outsourcing. They're taking some of their job money and then letting somebody do all the hard work and the marketing, mostly all of it for them, while they just pick up the check and answer a few phones. That's the key of making it in today's society. God bless you all. Peace out. Love you all. Real Talk with Joseph Brownlee.